But they gave enough in the public and said, we still don't know. So how many do you say now?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a seat.
Good half hour for
Sit right here. I think nobody's sitting. I'm sitting right here. I'm about to get some water.
At the big kids table.
I think we have to be careful. I don't know if we need to move because I forgot about that last week and I was like,
I sold this thing, get me some machines and random craziest weird things.
I saw your event on the boulevard that's right around the corner from my house, so I need to register and show up. Yep.
All right, welcome to 1 Million Cups. I'm just going to start talking.
Okay.
Welcome to 1 Million Cups, everybody.
Okay. No, but I can't. I got you.
We invite you to play with all of our lovely QR codes. We'll stream us live next time you're not here. If you'd like to stream us live while you're here anyway, use that QR code. If you want to be one of our presenters, use the middle QR code. And we would love for you to follow us on social media. And happy QR code number 3. All right, people. Don't make me come over here and turn this bus around. What's you, Darryl? You know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should know better.
All right. About 1 Million Cups. We are an organization that's founded by the Coffee Foundation. They wanted to create something where all across the country, entrepreneurs get together, brainstorm, help each other out with whatever issues they're facing, raise all boats. So we provide supportive, inclusive space for entrepreneurs and new business owners. We meet every Wednesday at 8:30. That happens all across the country. There's over 130 of us meeting today in different parts of the country. And we invite you to be part of our community, if you aren't already. So who's in the room? Who's here is here for the first time? All right. Keep your hands up because we have presents. Look at that. A lot of you today. Thanks for coming. By the way, my name is Mike McClure from McClure Marketing. I always introduce myself.
Get a big one.
Get them before they're gone.
All right, who in the room is a past presenter? All right. So if you think about presenting, these are the people that talk to you. They'll tell you that it wasn't as bad as you might think it was. They didn't get up here and crack the bed. So talk to them. If you're nervous about it, they'll tell you how well they got it. And then we can't do this without our volunteers. So who here is a volunteer? Give them all a hand. And of course, we couldn't do this without our community partners, especially Incubizo, because we'd be out somewhere in the parking lot. Thank you to Incubizo. This is a lovely facility that they provide for us. They let us stay, if you want to stay and go work today, you can do it for free as long as you get quiet after 10:30. They have the conference rooms you can book if you need a conference room place to stay. If you have a business and it's out of your home and you don't want people who are kicked off at you showing up at your house, you can get a mailbox here like I did and have your business address be here at Incubizo. Also want to thank the Madison Heights Hazel Park Chamber of Commerce, big supporters of us. They've been with us for a long time.
Since day one.
What's that?
Since day one.
Since day one. And we want to thank Oakland Thrive, who is one of our major sponsors as well. And then we want to thank our photography people, like David over there. He and Carmen shoot beautiful pictures, and you can find them on social media, usually later today or tomorrow. See if you make the cut.
Lots of David.
All right, today we've got a couple of presenters. We've got Simple Scale Marketing and Model Designs. Our coffee sponsor is Eric's DetroitMetro. And then next week, should be fun, we have Maddie, who's going to talk about Midnight Mixers, which is a mobile bar kind of thing. And then the Glam Bar, so two different kinds of bars next week. Here.
Oh, Amanda's going to
And
be here
then we've
next
got
week.
clothing swaps for the man this week. Will be our coffee sponsor.
Woohoo!
Does a
Amanda.
great job.
You will
So,
next week.
you want to get up here and pitch your business? All you have to do is be
I
a
go
coffee
figure it out.
sponsor. And it's easy to do. You can email us or you can talk to Christine over there. I like to make her talk with the monthly paper. All you gotta do is let us know.
Next week.
Let Christine know, email
Amanda.
us, pick a date, and then you bring up coffee for see how many of us, and how much caffeine we drink. Give them treats. So
Nice, I have to show up in the
coffee.
church.
And then you can come up, you're the only one of the day that gets to come up and pitch your business. Everybody else is just
My
talking
guess
about
was today
issues
was
that they found and
institution
help
because
have
we
a
got
group
paid.
brainstorm with the rest of us. So, speaking of coffee sponsors, let's bring up Eric.
Oh, real
from
estate.
Fuller
That's even
Williams
better.
Metro.
Okay. Yeah, no, close. That's close, but okay.
Hey everyone, I am very excited to be here.
Sound like
Really excited to be here. This is my second time here, believe it or not. I didn't even know this existed last couple months.
Talk just a little louder.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even know that this was a thing until recently. So it's really great to have an opportunity to speak. My name is Eric Aldrich. I'm from KW Metro, Kelly Williams Metro, where I live. And I'll talk about this QR code at the end because it will tell you what your homes are, if you want to know. So for 30 years, I was in auto advertising at various agencies, and that was really where I honed my relationship skills. I was an account guy, so you had to deal with all kinds of personalities of clients, easy clients, hard clients, and demanding clients. I'm a lifelong Metro Detroiter, grew up at Grosse Pointe, so East Sider. Sorry, but the office is in the wrong look. No, actually, I do a lot of work over here. So, I'm really passionate about helping people, making really confident real estate decisions. Excuse me. Not transactions. I don't look at it as transactions, and that's critical. And the fact that this group is about relationship, that's something I'm really going to focus on. I'll just go back. So to me, getting relationship is the number one thing I feel that I think is the most important. Getting to know the buyer or the seller, getting them to be really comfortable with you, because this is one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. So it's really important that you trust who you hire to help you. So that's really something that I've learned over the years, and that's how I operate. So thankfully it's not this time of year. But service to me is not a marketing slogan. It means showing up. And what I found, and I'll go back to my auto advertising, is I have done whatever it takes to get the job done. And if that means, and these are true stories, I've driven 3 hours in blinding snowstorms to deliver creative to a client. I've slept overnight at 24 hours, 3 days in a row for a client to make a presentation. It was super important. So there's calls at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning were uncommon. So you really, that's, you gotta have that spirit of go the extra mile, do what it takes to make them happy, and they remember it. How I approach the different homes, to me is, it doesn't matter if you have a $65,000 house, or a $500,000 house, or a $2 million house. I treat you the same way. I give you the same service. I put all my passion into it, no matter who it is or what it is. To me, it's not about the money. It's about helping them find a place that's going to be a home and their future. This is a life for them. So it's really important to me that I treat everybody with the same respect and level of service. So my promise to everybody I talk to is be authentic. Some realtors may come off selling. I really don't like that aspect. So I just be myself, and I prefer being authentic. And I think people can see that when you're talking to them. So it's really important. Never promise what you can't deliver. You sometimes get caught up in the moment of, I can sell this house at this price. I guarantee you that you gotta, be careful of that, of over-promising. Of course, that's the goal, but you have to prepare them. If it's on the market for more than 30 days, you may have to do a price drop. And this is really important. Always deliver more than expected. And that's another mantra I live by is I don't just do the job from start to finish transactionally. It's going the extra mile. Like I said, doing anything you need to do at any time of the day or night, no matter how far, you just do what you do to get it done and make that client happy. And that's been my philosophy for 30 years, and it's worked for me. And it's really something that I love to do. So that's me. There's a QR code here. If you're interested in knowing what your home's worth, capture this QR code, and this will give you a pretty good estimate of what your home's worth. So it's been a pleasure being here. This is my second time. So thank you for letting me be a presenter tonight. And thank you everyone. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Eric. And thanks for the coffee. All right. Let's all go out there and sell our houses. So, are you ready to present?
We need
You
some place
thought
to live.
The little QR code can get you there. This bigger QR code can also get you there if you want to present. If you don't notice, we want people to present. So if you think about presenting, do the QR code or do the link. Or just talk to one of us. And we'll make you do the QR code with the link. Coming up, our first presenter, Waddle Design with Liam Kelly. Come on up, Liam.
Hi, everybody. My name's Liam. I scan a QR code to present. Yeah, there. All right, applause for her. My name's Liam. Waddle Design. That's the name of my company. Move on here. I am a mural designer and painter. So the easiest way to say this is that I help places and businesses beautify their locations. Something a little bit more complicated. It could be something a little bit less complicated. I'll get into a little bit more of this a couple slides down there. My background. So for the past 10 years, I've been a graphic designer. That's what I went to college for. I went to tech school back in high school for this. Never once considered changing my major. Oh yeah. I've had a decent career behind me, like I said, for about 10 years. A lot of packaging, a lot of branding, a lot of merch, all of that different kind of stuff. I focus heavily, but not only, on typography. It's just something I like to do. Why did I start doing this? Why am I doing this? It is the passion behind this. Murals, type, just design in general. This is what I love to do. This really is what I love to do. For instance, if you guys want to see an actual example of something that I have done, I did paint for Incubizo the electrical charging port space outside. So if you haven't seen that, you can go see that out there. That's a smaller-ish example of something that I did. But as far as the passion goes for that, I was able to do that for them a little bit more after the 9 to 5 when I'm still working. I was painting in 95-degree weather, came home just dripping wet, and I loved it. That's what I love to do. I love to do that, but just sitting on the computer at home for the day job right now is just not doing it. So there's passion there, and then in addition to that, I'm trying to get out of the corporate life. I'm trying to get out of that. I see a lot of heads bouncing because of the in agreement there. I've worked for a lot of people, big and small, that just don't really seem to care about what they're doing. They just don't have the passion behind it. It's just money for them. I've been told too many times that I ask too many questions, and I don't think that's an appropriate response. You should keep asking questions, and that's one of the reasons why I love doing this. I love helping people. Whether it's a big project, a small project. I love explaining what I do. I love helping, teaching, and finishing and seeing smiles afterwards. So, what is a mural? Everybody can have a little bit of a different idea for this kind of stuff. You can think something large scale. I've done those. You can think something smaller scale, either the image on the screen or what I've done out there. I can paint with brushes. I can paint with spray paint. You can do some big art piece. Other examples that I have in the presentation. Signage or like wayfinding systems, like I said, typography is a big thing for me. There's chalkboards, which usually are like menus for restaurants and stuff, but there's other uses for chalkboards. Window art, maybe you don't want it painted, maybe you want a large vinyl print. I can design that as well. Live painting, activations, and also teaching. Currently, I'm talking to the tech school I went to in high school, and we're not sure, but I might be doing a project for them and also speaking to the students there. I love talking about this stuff. I really, really love talking about this stuff. Basically, it just doesn't have to be a single flat pattern. It's all it's there. Oh, also, sorry, I'll point this out before I go. That's Kurt. That's my little penguin mascot. Waddle penguins, you guys get it. All right, challenges here. Here's where we get to the nitty-gritty of this. I think number one, a lot of people run into the same thing here: the outreach, networking connections, all of that. That's a big one here. I'm
Finding
facing that, trying to outreach people. I mean, I've been coming here technically 2 years, but it's maybe like 10 total times. But I'm going to keep coming here. Finding the passionate people as well. Like I said, that's been an issue with the corporate life. not really an issue when I work with doing freelance work. Everybody that I work with freelance-wise seems really passionate about what they do. Finding the energy after the 9 to 5, that's a big one. Social media in general is a pain. And then also filming, especially from the art perspective. People love seeing behind the scenes. They love seeing the work get done. I've known this for a while, and I'm not terrible at it, but I'm definitely not the best at it. There we go. All right. What I have tried. Currently in a mentorship program. It's going so-so. I had a couple options, and I think I didn't necessarily pick the right one, but I'm pushing through and getting it done. 1 million cups. I'm here doing this. Additionally, some cold outreach. I've talked to artists, designers. I talked to a whole lot of them. Number one thing is cold outreach. Go find your clients. That is the number one advice. There's obviously other ways to do it, but that is hands down the number one thing that I'm recommended doing. The biggest issue here is just timing. For instance, I'm planning on doing CRM software. Right now I'm sending maybe 10 emails a week. Maybe. 10, yeah, maybe, like I said, maybe. And I would like to try to get, 50 a day, 100 a day would be nice. Those are numbers that very successful artists do, and I know that it's possible. Some other things that I've tried that I'm going to step away from, so I don't have them on here, sorry, but are grants or RFQs, request for qualifications. I have done those in the past. The issue that I don't do those anymore is because there's a lot of upfront work for a very low chance of getting selected. And from the artist side of this, a lot of times too, you need to have the work basically finalized before you can do it. I just don't have the hours to invest on all of these. So I look, if I find one that I'm interested in, then I will, but otherwise it's just not in the cards for me right now. Yes, like I said, planning on doing CRM software, just schedule all the emails and all of that. More networking events would be good. Also planning out filming. I've worked in marketing for a while. I know what a shot list is. I just need to step up my game. I just need to tell myself to do it. I was doing all right with the thing that I did for Incubizo here, but even as I was going about it and I made some of the content for it, I could have done this, I could have done that. There's a million other things I could have done. All right, lessons learned. This is hard. This is hard. I got the passion. It's hard. That's it there. Being actually honest with yourself, that one's a big one. Probably about 2 years ago was when I really started telling myself, like, I can be a freelancer, I can do this. No, I was lying to myself. I would post like a single thing on Instagram and I would hope that would do something. It didn't. It doesn't. It won't. I gotta step up my game here, and that's where the honesty comes in. That's like coming here, presenting, like I was even hesitant to present and everything, but it's like, you gotta do this stuff. You gotta be honest. That also ties into the listening to advice and whatnot, getting lessons from people here. The mentorship program I'm in, even if I don't think it's the best one, I am learning some things, and I'm listening to talking to people. I'm trying to reach out to other artists. Don't give up. It's a big one there, and then you can always plan more. You can always plan better, filming, that kind of stuff. All right, last little side here. There's a couple little aspects of this. So first off, what can the community do? There's a few things. How do I find my clients? If there's any other advice here, I am planning on getting, like I said, the software to help me manage. Something I mentioned. I'm planning on getting software. The issue is that I do not have a budget right now because of this mentorship program. In a month, I will get my budget back. And then I have a whole laundry list of other things that I need to get done. It's just my budget has been completely taken up because of that. But again, trying to reach out to my clients, other ways to find them. Additionally, how do I communicate the amount of work that goes into this so people understand the cost? Because these are investments. I believe that these are worth it. There have been numerous studies that I didn't provide links to resources to, that's my bad. But there are numerous studies that show how this stuff can benefit people, can help the workplace and whatnot be more interactive, it can make people feel at home, increase production, all of that. It really can't help. How do I effectively communicate that across? And then additionally, how do I position myself as both art and functions so businesses know that they need it. How can I do that? How do I show that? I really need advice there. On top of some of the other things, you know, talk to me if you're interested in that. Give me a follow, that kind of stuff. I have the Connect, all my information. QR code will take you all of those places and whatnot. And then additionally, the last little thing I want to add on here, I had Josh as my coach for this to help set this up, and he was very helpful with this. The presentation was sort of set up in a way, kind of through his eyes. I'm assuming most of you in here have never really worked with an artist or a designer for the most part, and you know, it can feel, I guess, a little weird. How do you approach it? How do you hire somebody like that? Any of that stuff? Like any other business, just ask. That's all. There's going to be a little bit of a process change depending if you hire a painter versus a designer versus somebody who does sculpture or something like that. But just ask. That's the easiest way. Email, if you got my phone number or any of that stuff, social media, just talk to me. That is the easiest, hands down way to get a project going. If you think some art on this column in the center of the building will look cool, talk to me. That's all it is. That's all you gotta do. Thank you guys.
All right, once you know the drill, if you have some advice from you, line up over here. So when you come up, make sure you stand over here so the people online can see your lovely face and not some disembodied clothes. One quick thing I thought of that combines two things you talked about. If you were able to do a time lapse filming of your project, and then you put up the different hours, that would take care of both filming and letting people know how long this takes to happen.
That's some of it. I'll do the process like brush strokes. I literally just.
That's why time lapse.
Yes.
All right, come on up.
Hi, Jack Schmanek, Local Payments. Nice to meet you. Love and passion.
Thank you.
There's a couple things that I just wanted to ask you. One, are you looking to grow your team as far as artists go, or just help to give you more time to paint?
I'm currently still in the 9 to 5. This is just me trying to go freelance for this. I don't want to have employees or anything like that. That's not playing. This is just self-supporting for me.
Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing, you mentioned many different mediums that you utilize with spray paint.
Brush and spray paint.
Brush and spray paint. Did you ever think about partnering with paint companies? Because I'm sure they would love to partner with certain artists, especially if they know that you're going to be at Blake's. You know, their paint's going to be on a wall that is going to be seen by people, and if their future customers can locate the artist and their paint on walls throughout the city, if there's a map or a marketing tool to identify your art, I think that would be really cool, but also enable you to get a budget that doesn't have to rely on some grant that you may or may not get.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bernard. My background is in competitor intelligence. So I was curious who else does what you do. And so I searched on Google, and the first thing that showed up actually was something called Thumbtack. Thumbtack is an app and a website where people go to get people to do things with, like build a fence or paint a house or paint a mural. And they actually have muralists ready to hire on Thumbtack.
Okay.
There's also something called Angie's List, and I think there's probably a few others in the area. So that might be an opportunity. I don't know if it costs anything to get listed, but it might be an opportunity for you to get your name out there and your business name out there as well.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm taking everything. I got that in there.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
My name is K1. Thanks for presenting. I know since I'm from a design background, I'm a designer, I know how sometimes it's tough to not work on something that you love and presenting as a business owner. So that's a challenge. Thanks. thanks for bringing your experience and idea. I have a few kind of high-level idea in my head that could help. One, I'll ask a question. How do you feel about AI channels?
I do not, I don't use AI for any of the art. Because a lot of the time, art graphic design within the space and you're designing for the budget. And that's the biggest thing. It's easier to just do it as myself.
Great. That's perfect for that part of things. So creating the art all from your imagination. But in terms of using it in your advantage, couple things I would say. One is for outreach. That you can use it for sending email, more crafted for that business, either small business or big business, sharing information automatically, craft an email that's suited for that. AI will help with that, and usually will be free in most cases. The second thing is a lot of time business owner, they are not designer or artists, so they don't know what exactly they want. And you don't have also enough resources to show them as an imagery to how to look like. The AI could help you. You have a bunch of probably million sketches from before that could be useful for any of these. Pick a few of those, ask some of these software AI that just put in this image and take a photo from that restaurant or any places, and automatically in a second put it there.
Mock-up of it.
Exactly, it's mock-up. When you show them, it's like, oh, hey, but in this email, you send it, I have some idea, and maybe you, the business owner has some other idea, but I can do this one. And that way, the decision making for them is going to be more a minute or less, rather than, well, I need to talk to this guy, I need to see what can he do, what it looks like, all of those kinds of things. Okay.
All right. Yeah, giving somebody an image definitely helps when it comes to talent and stuff.
Yes.
So it always starts telling people like, just use your imagination, look like this. Giving an actual image helps a lot.
Yes. Cool. That's what I have.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Stacia. I'm Simplestep Marketing. Love what you do. I just want to offer a potential prospect. So weird. Let me just offer a potential prospecting opportunity. I work for Ford. If you reach out to like brand activation people, so it would be like Carhartt is launching a new pair of jeans and they want to do an event, you know that stuff. Brand activation is always looking for really cool ways to express their product. So we can hire this muralist who could either, I mean, it's not a designer picture of jeans, but that's the way to get in. At Ford, we would hire muralists or photographers. We would fly you all over the country. We wouldn't even look for somebody in LA. If we were doing like an LA auto show, right? We'd fly you from Detroit out to LA to design that space, right, at the LA Convention Center. So you would have the wall and that we did a 100 years, not 100 years, just say 100 years of Explorer, right? And so we had everybody take pictures of their car, but we had like, you could design the background, something like that. I don't know if that's your thing, but that's a cool way to get in with these big brands. They don't look for other people. Once they got you, they keep looking. So just something to consider.
I'm so glad that you have such a passion. It's remarkable.
Well, you might have to hear you.
Put the mic closer to your mouth.
Oh, sorry. I'm yelling over here while everything is starting and now I can't talk. That's me. Your passion is wonderful. I really commend you on that. Go to the DEAs in the cities and seriously, because they're basically the start of things. I know that Traverse City is doing some things. They're talking about doing murals and that around the city. Go to them. That would be a main thing. I know your window is closing for this year, kind of thing for the
Outdoor stuff, yes. Indoor.
Yeah, indoor is absolutely, and do the same thing because they have bus terminals and community centers that need art. They need to see color, and go to that and see what you can dig up. We just did a job down in Mexican town. Same thing. It was the DEA of that area, and that's who approached us. So hit the DEAs, get your name out there, show your portfolio. All right.
Awesome.
Good morning. Molden. I'm an IP attorney. I'm also a business owner where I help with AI and automations, a mentor, Open Thrive partner, and everything. And I'm sharing all that because one of the things I noticed, and this is partly for everyone in the audience, I pay attention to the words that people say and what they write. And one of the things I noticed that all your questions were how.
Okay.
How. When we get to the point you're asking how, you start stressing. Because you haven't done these things, you don't have the answer. And so we get stuck in the how. What I will offer as something that I my clients to do is just start small. Start with where you are. What can you talk about today? You're so passionate about what you do. Just talk about and share that for now and get the feedback from the community, from social media, and then build on that. Start with where you are because you don't have the answer. And that's okay. You will figure that out along the way, and the right people and the right clients will be attracted to you because you are showing up. Just show up first.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Lane?
Hi.
Good seeing you again. Jawan Buford, founder of Broke Rivers Project. Couple things. You said you don't like the job. I want you to give your business job hours.
Okay.
Give your business job hours, some practical, whether it's an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, 2 hours a day. I'll take the person who's doing something 30 minutes a day, or the person who's just doing help yourself and just trying to fit it in when they get in, right? I was at a Rotary meeting out in Waterford yesterday. And to my shock and surprise, they were very much engaged civically. So supporting children, supporting foundations, working with restaurants, business owners, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Network in those type of spaces where people who benefit what it is that you do, right? Continue to search for those spaces. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is this. Don't look for people to convince about whether or not your work is necessary. You're gonna run yourself to the ground. Look for the people who are already looking for what it is that you're doing, right? Don't sell to people, sell to the standard. The last thing I would share with you is this. I'm assuming you have, advice I gave an artist very well known here in the Detroit metropolitan area. He's doing work all the time, right? Some of the work ends up making its way to the public eye, some of it doesn't. I said, man, take your B and C work and start promoting it on Instagram. Take your B and C work and start posting in places where people look at imagery, look for things that are attractive. Do that for yourself, right? So people can get an idea of your do those types of things, right? He told me I only had like a couple seconds, so I gotta stop. But I have a lot of things
You got his emails, email it to him.
Give yourself business hours to the point where the business generates enough revenue to force you to give more hours. And be prolific, man. Continue to put your work out there.
Yeah, thank you. Good seeing you.
So what I had to say is, with brand awareness. So I'm a designer as well. So this summer that I just did this past weekend, I went downtown and I just started designing clothes right on the spot. And I had a whole what was it, a family reunion that started working the company and had me designing all this stuff. So I would tell people just find a space to get out and start putting your work out. Because at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere.
Okay.
And right now, just getting out, sending emails and all of that, you ain't gonna connect with everybody out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you do, like, I get all these emails in here, but 9 times out of 10, throughout the day, you ain't gonna be able to reach out to all these people unless you got somebody to help you. You know what I'm saying? But for you to just get out here and start working, just get out here and get you a paint, just get you some art, and then start doing it. And there's gonna be people that's gonna start connecting with you. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
That's good advice. Yeah.
All right, we have to move on to the next person, so just make sure you connect with him afterwards. Oh, no going anywhere, Liam. You heard a lot of great advice. What's the one thing that you could do right away tomorrow to get yourself started?
I should have brought a pen and paper. Everything was good.
Review the tape.
Yeah, we'll do that one. Everything. I thought about taking out my phone. It's like, well, that's rude. I'll look back and take it.
Okay. Sounds good. Give him a hand, everybody. presenter is Simple Scale Marketing.
I'll share my
Esther,
message
come
a
on.
piece at a time. We want to
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Stacia with Simple Scale Marketing. So it's so good to see some of you guys again today. I just wanted to start by asking a question. Are you guys aware that there's over $16 billion wasted in ad spend every single year, right? That's not how much money is spent on ads, but $16 billion means for all that money, 0 clients happen, right? I'm sure 500 of my dollars is caught up in that number somewhere, but
Meta got a client.
But just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, a little bit of perspective, if you were to add up all of the people who visited your website or looked at your paid ads, ideally you would want at least 6% of those people to convert into buyers, right? So your conversion rate would be 6%. But in real life, even with the big brands, conversion rate is like 2.5%, 3%. Isn't that crazy? 2.5% to 3% of the market. How many of you guys have spent money on ads, boosting LinkedIn, right? So you're familiar, right? So you're familiar with the fact that social media platforms, number one, they turn people into impressions, right? They see the people. They tell you 1,000 people saw your ad. Maybe it's 1,000 people. Maybe it's 500 who saw it twice, right? The second thing is they are pay-to-play sites, okay? So you're all excited about your business. Facebook is a business, okay? They're interested in making more money themselves, and so even you can have the best content strategy, the best ad copy, everything. They will only show your ad to a certain number of people based on how much you pay them, right? That's criminal, right? But where's the strategy in that? All you can do is pay more money and hope that they do better by you, amen? And then, like we said, the people are anonymous. I have lived this pressure for the past 15 years working for big companies like Ford, Carhartt, and big companies, big data, big companies with big budgets and bad data, right? So you guys have all come from maybe from corporate backgrounds, right? You're sitting in the room with the vice presidents, all these smart people, and trying to explain why our ad spend is going up, but conversion is the same, right? And you really don't have any information because we all use the same platforms. And so when I got let go, one of the things that I just was interested in is how AI can replicate some of these systems, right? How can it mimic pixels? Can we create our own Facebook, right? Kind of like 3D printing, but for the AI space. And our people are already doing this, and the answer is yes. So what I found out was that AI, in terms of pixels, which is what we're going to talk about today, basically can turn impressions back into people, right? It's a game changer for all of us as small business owners to be able to be in control of that data. Most of us don't have a traffic problem. We have a buyer visibility problem, a traffic visit. Who's visiting the site, right? Just because somebody saw your ad once, they may not buy once. We need to reach out to them again, okay? So the purpose of my presentation, because we're showing a data-heavy product, sorry, I just want to be over here. A data-heavy product is to make sure that we're explaining the scenario, right? I promise not to bore you with all of the details, but in addition to our just kind of standard retainer inbound marketing services, we offer these data products. So my role, because I work with these companies that are these huge budgets, what typically works is inbound marketing. Can you offer something that gets somebody to give you their email address in exchange for the information, okay? Instead of you just pushing content, you have to do both. But inbound marketing is what really is going to drive that traffic, okay? And so once we help you drive the traffic, hello, let's help you reveal who they actually are. So if you look at the kind of the little white boxes over here, these are our 3 products. Simple Pixel is, are you guys familiar with like Google Pixels, or just know what they are? You don't have to know how they work. Google Pixels, basically if you get 10,000 site visits to your site, we can show you who about 5,000 of those people are. It's Stacia, it's Daryl, it's Mike, right? Here's her business email address. Or for my real estate agent, we can do personal email addresses. We get all of that information. Before you guys freak out, how do I get myself off of this? It's called an identity graph. Every time you guys say yes to cookies, right? Or you say yes to terms and conditions that you did not read, you add yourself back to that graph, okay? So, yeah, so it's not not something new in terms of surveillance, but we can at least give you that information, right? The second thing is called simple signals. I don't know if you guys have heard these phrases like intent data. Just because you have a contact information does not make that a lead. You guys understand that, right? We understand it's not a lead. All of us you can have all of our contact information because Google said all of us looked at cars today, but everybody's not in market to buy a car. What AI is able to do now is able to kind of follow you around the internet and say, well, Stacia has viewed cars for the past 3 weeks. She's looking at pricing pages. She's making a more intentional decision towards buying this vehicle. That's called intent data. Same thing with real estate. I'm comparing, I'm going to Mike's, his landing page. I'm doing other people, what's my house for? Showing more intent than just that high level search that Google charges us thousands of dollars a month for, okay? The last thing is simple state, and I won't go too much into this, but we're able to take all of this data. I can take my business email address, my personal email address, all of that data, 25 lines of code, put it in an encrypted little line of code, and upload that to Facebook as a custom audience. Here's the thing, right? Now that you have this custom audience, these are people, not in general, these are people who showed intent because they came to your website already, right? They came to your site. Maybe all of us go to oldnavy.com, but everybody's not going to like some of these B2B sites like BASF, right, for no reason. They're going for a reason. They showed intent. Now we can take that audience, those 5,000 people, upload it to Facebook and say, no, you're not going to decide who the audience is. I want to promote my ads to this group of people. Do you see how that's a difference? And so now, so we have a native integration where we actually have a deal with Facebook and our two technologies can talk. All right, so here's the challenge. Some of you guys may have understood what I said. Some of you guys may not have, and I just think that identity resolution turns out is a $2.6 billion market. I think publicists and ad agency people just bought one of our biggest competitors. Anyway, it's a $2.1 billion market, and it's still a learning curve, though, right? People still don't really understand what the technology does. So as a marketer, my job is to present this information as if none of us were data people, right? Am I making it clear of what the opportunity is when you're a small business or a large business? One of the things I keep running up against in the industry, Zoom Info and Bambora are kind of like the big players in the field. They say we already have this. How are you different? Here's really quickly how we're different. They track IP address. IP address is a location. It's this computer. We're all on the same IP right now. How does the advertiser separate who we are individually, what we're looking for? Simple Scale Marketing, our data partner, is able to follow Stacia logged into this computer. She checked her Gmail with this Gmail account. We know she used that same Gmail for her 100 Howies last week. I'm different than Diane, who also used the same computer and used her login information differently. So it's really cool technology. And again, this is not new data, it's new access to the data, right? Now AI gives us the same access that Google, Meta, LinkedIn. It's so funny, I look on LinkedIn now, they're telling us, oh, we can now tell you, like, not just who visited your ad, but what company they worked for. You always could, right? You just are just now. You're just now keeping up with what AI can actually do as well. So here's what I tried. Of course, I showed you Simple Signals. That was our second product. We're using our own data, of course, to reach out to these intent-based audiences. So I pulled a list, I know B2B marketers looking for lead generation or frustrated with Facebook ROAS. I hate to use the jargon words, but that'll pull up like 3,000 or 4,000 people in my persona. And then I start to send them the second thing, buyer visibility group, which is the name of our newsletter. How many of you guys have had newsletters show up in your email box? You're like, I didn't say that. That's right. So it's a cold email, and you're not subscribed to the newsletter, because if you see in the newsletter, they're like, if you want more information like this, click here to subscribe, because you're not really subscribed. Does that make sense? They're just pushing out cold emails to you. So that's our approach as well. And data is a numbers game, right? You cannot do it to 10 people a day. You have to do it to 1,000 of you. You have to get through the 5,000, 10,000 to find the 3 or 4 that way. Does that make sense? Whatever your value, your average order value is, if you have to push out data, an email for $5 a day to get $2,000 commission, that's how you think about the data. The other thing that I built was a revenue loss calculator. I used Claude. I finally used, Claude to build. Claude is amazing. We can talk about this offline, but they're way different than ChatGPT. They can actually build stuff. So if you struggle with bottlenecks, I spend 8 hours designing flyers or websites. Claude to it. I'll help you. I'll show you how to do that. So lessons learned. My initial pitch was kind of like, I'm this lead gen agency focused on inbound marketing. But that's a noisy market to be in, and we can really drill down a little bit more specifically. It's like, I don't know if your sales team can convert the data that I'm giving you, right? So I don't necessarily want to position myself as lead generation, if that makes sense. So version 2 is, okay, why don't I position myself as like an add-on layer to your current payback strategy? You're already spending money. You're spending $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, or you're getting 5,000 or 10,000 views to your website because you're doing something right. How can we add to your strategy, right? Sign up with our pixel, you're doing the work, we can show you who these people are. So we're building landing pages. I should have had a picture of my little packet that I'm very proud of. Anyway, and what I need from the community is just trying to understand, did I make at least the buyer visibility gap understandable? So our website is getbuyervisibility.com, and I think that's going to be kind of my slogan, getbuyervisibility.com. And just kind of focus on that. You don't have a traffic problem, you have a traffic visibility problem. I think that's something that everyone can resonate with. And last thing is, what part of the product story is most kind of more confusing. And I think instead of targeting industries, I'm going to target jobs. I'm not saying that right. So performance marketers or payback strategists, which makes it a little bit industry agnostic, but not. So thank you guys so much. Welcome to Simple Style Marketing.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you didn't see it.
You had some awesome killer advice for Station. Let up when we're here.
Years.
If you have some
They don't have any killer advice, just go sign.
And try and keep it to about a minute. We're running a little long, so.
I appreciate it. You guys.
Hi, Tanisha. Next one, just a really quick, you just introduce yourselves about who your ideal client is. I was just telling Melissa. Melissa does ads for our company. So when I was thinking that your client is who you partner with, people doing the ads, that would be the ideal client. So I just want to give you a thumbs up on that.
Thank you. Validation. I appreciate that. Yes.
Hi there. Is it
Stacia?
I love the name. Hi everyone. I'm Melissa Davis. I have an ad agency, and I work with Open Thrive as a consultant as well. My question is, I'm curious with what you presented. What's your challenge again? Because it wasn't really clear. Are you looking to find who you should partner with?
Who should I partner with, and am I telling the story effectively? God can make this so complex, talk about probabilistic and am I telling this story?
Okay. When we were sitting there, we were talking, going back and forth, and she was asking, like, well, who is this? I'm like, I don't know who her client is. From that, I didn't really get clients. Now, I know I've done agency, I've been there too. Been there, done that, everything you said, I got that. I don't know if anybody else got that. Because of just the nature of it.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
So whoever your client, if you're talking to like small business owners, then this is definitely too highbrow. And I went through the same thing too. It's too much.
Yeah.
They need to understand, you need to talk about their pain. And it's like, they need to know, some people, and I don't take this the hard way, folks, but some of the businesses don't even know who their ICP is.
Okay.
So to give them, or what it is.
Oh, okay.
So to give them, here's another layer to add to an ad budget that they don't want to spend anyway, I know. That's an issue. We can talk about that because Tanisha's right. You can partner with me, and then I'm like, this is something I always talk to my clients about. Is like, hey, here's the person here's what that impression is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's too over the head. It needs to be a little bit more, less corporate.
I got you. Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much. I did a part. Yes.
Dude, alright. So I'm gonna tell you, I've listened to a million of these presentations. I love your presentation. I mean, we can always get better at the game, but this is probably one of the most effective presentations that I heard as it relates to number one, addressing pain. Business owners who are already spending money and it's not effective. Right? You answered that question. That is my biggest headache. Is when I'm listening to people giving these pitches about these tools, it's like, how do I know it's effective, right? And you explained it in a relatively simple terms, right? I also just liked your overall, and I have some agreement, right? Some business owners, they may go over their heads, but I firmly believe the business owners who are already spending money on ads, who are already spending money on marketing, this is going to resonate with them, right? The only thing I would share with you is you don't build $1 million company by yourself. So continue to reach out to individuals like this young lady who stood up.
Like him too.
Other individuals who are in the marketing space. Find ways to collaborate to get your information out there. But quite frankly, I mean, I don't perk up too often when people give presentations because I hear them over and over again doing the same stuff. Your presentation caught my attention. The last thing I would say as well is look for affiliates. You have individuals in the B2B space who are having conversations with your clients, or it's not having your conversation with the clients. So if you have some type of MVP, you get some type of questionnaire or survey, something you could equip people with who are already talking to your clients and say, hey, you know, refer some of my business my way, and maybe I can work out some type of billing agreement. That will also lessen your role in terms of prospecting and finding your ideal people. But this was a great presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello. How? Nice job. Hey, Cash. I'm Michelle Armstrong. I'm with the Great Sales.ai. I'm in your space, girl.
Do it.
I'm
Do
in your
it.
space. So I was going to sit back there and not say anything because I'm like, she's in my space.
No, we're not.
But no. And I, you know, it is.
No.
So the first thing is, yay for you. Yay for you. This is a hard industry. I've spoken to some of these people in here, okay? And I've talked about AI. So when you talk about a learning curve, you are dealing with a very steep learning curve that is getting mixed information to this audience. So your job is going to be to educate them. Educate. You need to position yourself as a specialist. And here's what I'm saying. I work with a lot of AI, a lot of different people. I can't be all things to all people. I cannot. There's too much out there, and it's changing every day. The AI space is changing every 18 seconds. Every 18 seconds, folks. So when you talk to her after this, it will have changed in her space. Do the math, right? Do the math. I recommend that you partner with other agencies, including myself, because I would want to defer the specialty of what you do to someone who's delving into that feet first over their head. All right, that's the first thing. The next thing is you need a better definition of your ideal client.
Sure.
It was a little convoluted. And when the lady said that it spoke higher, I was back there kind of on the edge of my seat listening, going, yep, she's right, yep. But then I looked around the room and I saw a little bit of glazed eyes. You probably saw it too, because you're attuned to that.
You're great.
Yes. And then I really wanted you to know that when we're dealing with marketing, and every single one of these people in this audience are facing it, they go to marketers like us to help them sell their product, even though that's not our job. All right? Our job is to help you get that message out there. Your job is to make sure to get them over the line to the sale. All right? What you need to do, and what I recommend, I guess, is make sure that when you talk to the client, you speak to the sales component that you're addressing that helps them get it over the finish line. Over the finish line in language that they can understand.
to do. Okay?
Oh, that's
I
hard.
love this, your energy's great, you're gonna be fabulous in this space, welcome, welcome.
Thank
So,
you.
and-
Thank you so much. I will see you in a minute.
Have you been on call today?
I
think Claude was running.
It was great advice. And I appreciate it. I love how to take away the affiliates and partnering, because for sure, even me being here is getting out of my kitchen and out of my head, right? And just kind of sharing the message with other people. I do have 2 ICPs. I can share that with you today, but again, I will share it with the people who understand it. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for the feedback. That was great.
And I would connect with marketing companies.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm
Market clerk.
gonna do the first one.
Yes,
And then you
The
drive.
folder. Give her a hand.
Okay, the engage the folder. Okay. And then it goes there, get it, because that's more efficient than having it go to. Yep. Okay. Got it.
All right, if you didn't get a chance to talk to either of our presenters, hit them up
process
afterwards,
that
or just
for my,
try to come up and use the microphone.
newsletters that
And if you're looking for real estate, get out there afterwards. Or just tell them thanks for the coffee.
Thanks for the
I
call.
have identical on my.
So, if you haven't noticed, we have 9 TVs and medium TVs, and each of
That's your
them
backup.
has stuff on it.
Got it.
There's a lot of workshops, there's a lot of upcoming events that help entrepreneurs like ourselves. Make sure you check them out. There's also some of our people who sponsor up there, so make sure you check them out. You're bound to find something of interest to you. And I want to thank you all for coming. And as I said in the beginning, you're welcome to stay and work all day. It's one of the nice things Incubizo does for us. Just after 10:30 or so, we want to quiet down because there are people in these offices trying to get stuff done. Now, if everybody would move between this pillar and that pillar, David's going to immortalize you.
Take a picture. We can stay seated probably. I guess they see it.
So I just have
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I met the ladies who were setting it up.